Hey everyone, it's Megan from the Pro Team and today I am doing a Jamie Genevieve inspired video. If you follow Jamie, you know she's getting married really soon in about like 2 months. I'm so excited for her because I've been following her since the start. I absolutely love her. She did a wedding inspired makeup look on her channel, so I'm going to recreate that using all Inglot products. So if you're interested in seeing how I create that, just keep watching. So I went ahead and prepped my skin off camera. So I used the Sunrise Face Oil and the Hydrate All Day Serum. So this is really just going to help my skin turn out flawless underneath my foundation. I've applied this 5 minutes before I apply my foundation, as I don't want it to mix together and then kind of shear out my foundation. I'm going to start to apply some 69 illuminator to my skin. So this is just a face and body illuminator, and I'm going to apply this to the highest points of my face. So on the cheeks, the nose, my cupid's bow, and I like to put some over the arch of my brow. So this does dry down matte, so if you are oily, don't worry about it. So this is perfect for people that really like a dewy finish on their skin. I think for wedding inspired makeup, you really want to get that kind of glow. You can also mix this in with your foundation if you like. I just like to apply it just before. So once I'm happy with that glow, I've let that dry down matte now, and then I'm just going to move on to my foundation. So for foundation, I'm going in with 76 HD foundation, which is a matte foundation. This matches my tan at the moment. What I will say, if you are a bride and you're getting a spray tan trial for your big day, I would recommend when you've picked your foundation to match it to the colour of your spray tan. So I'm going to apply this foundation all over my face using my 38SS brush. So what as well I will say with a bride is make sure that the foundation is, say, what you would normally wear. So if you wear a foundation that is full coverage usually, I'd still wear full coverage. You don't want to feel not yourself on your big day. So I know I wear quite a lot of makeup on the regular day, so I know when it is my wedding, if I get married, I will wear full coverage because I don't want to feel like I'm not myself and be a bit uncomfortable. Just because weddings are known for being a little bit more natural, I would recommend just wearing whatever you are comfortable in, and as well making sure that the makeup artist you pick for that day knows exactly how you like your makeup. Have a lot of pictures, like, just to make sure that like they have the same idea in their head as you. Once I'm happy with the coverage on the foundation, I'm going to move on to concealer. So I'm using 95 under eye concealer just around the eyes where I've left a gap, just because foundation can be too heavy underneath there. This concealer is about 1 or 2 shades lighter than my foundation, so it will kind of highlight the area. I'm using my 4SS just to apply this underneath the eyes, and I will apply it on the lid as well as a base for my shadows. Once I'm happy with my base, I'm going to go in and set it with powders. So I'm going to use 2 different powders. So I'm going to use 66 pressed powder and 403 HD pressed powder. The difference between these is this is a little bit lighter, so this is going to help kind of brighten up the area underneath my eyes where I've applied concealer, and it is HD, so it's finely milled and has HD particles, which is going to kind of give me that flawless finish underneath the eyes, just to make sure that my concealer doesn't crease on me too quick. And to set the rest of the skin, I'm just going to go in with 66 pressed powder and just dust that across the face. So it's really, really important to kind of set your skin just so that it doesn't glide off throughout the day and it is set and locked in place. Now, to mention another absolute babe who's getting married this year is Terry McAvoy. We've actually come out with a collab with Terry. So this is her palette here. I'm going to use this on the skin. So I'm going to use this as my bronzer, this is my blusher, and this is my highlighter. I've been absolutely loving this on the skin, so I'm just going to use this one first, and I'm going to do my 3P brush. I like using this brush because it just gets right underneath the cheekbone, has that kind of shape to it, and I'm just bringing it up, and I'm kind of like building this rather than just putting a load on. You don't want it to be like a stripe on your wedding day, you want it to be like seamlessly blended into your foundation. That's why I'm just taking a little bit and adding more when I need it. I'm bringing a little bit onto the forehead. I like to warm up the skin a lot. You want to feel like yourself, so I'm just kind of taking the steps that I'd like when I'm doing my normal makeup, but again, I'm just not going as harsh as I normally would. Now with the same brush, I'm going to go in with this pink shade here. This has a shimmer in it, so it will help the bronzer blend into the highlighter. So I'm just going to apply that just on the apples of my cheek and blend it back into my bronzer. I always say it, but I used to be terrified of blusher, but I do find it just really ties it all in together. And I'm just going to apply that a bit on the nose just to add some more to the middle of my face as well. I'm now going in with the highlight shade from the Terry palette on my 4SS, and I'm just starting just right in the middle and blending it a little bit on the apple of the cheek. I'm bringing it a little bit up. I'm kind of avoiding bringing it too far up here, as it can look like you're sweating and you don't want that. And I'm just going to apply that on the tip of my nose as well, down the centre, Cupid's bow, so kind of the same places we applied the liquid illuminator. I'm going to go ahead and fill my eyebrows in, so I'm going to use 12 brow gel. So this is it here. It's a more kind of cool tone brown rather than a warm brown. So I'm just going to take some on my 31T brush And I'm just going to place this at the bottom of where my brows are and just follow the shape that they have. Then I'm going to take a little bit more on my brush and just fill in the gaps. Whatever's left of my brush, I will now fluff at the front. I don't really like a boxed off brow. I like them to look a little bit more natural, so I'm literally just fluffing what's ever left on my brush. So Jamie Genevieve went for a really soft brown eye look with a wing as well, so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to use the same palette, so I'm going to use the Terry McAvoy palette, and I'm just going to go in with this matte shade here. I'm going to start to work it into the crease, so I'm using my 6SS, and I'm just kind of doing back and forth motions and little circles. I'm just going to really focus on blending that out. I want everything to be really blended. So I'm just going to bring that same shadow underneath the eye. I'm just focusing that right underneath the eye. Now I'm just going to take the shade Cafe au Lait and just kind of build that on the outer corner, just to give it a little bit of depth. So I'm just using this brush to apply it, and then I will go back in with my 6SS just to blend it out. Taking my 6SS and blending that out. I'm now taking the shade 351, applying that on the lid. So this is just like a base shadow. I'm using a bullet brush and the same highlight shade from the Terry palette, and I'm just going to apply that in the inner corner, and then the same underneath the brow. So it's a little bit more subtle, it's nothing that's going to be too blinding. I'm now going to go in and do my winged eyeliner. So I'm going to use 77 gel liner. Everyone knows about this. It is smudge proof, waterproof. It is absolutely amazing, so it will not budge throughout the day. I've just taken some gel liner on my brush, and I'm just going to start to apply it. So I start halfway in and I create a line. So I think it's better than just rushing on, so going from the inner corner and just throwing it on, because that's when you can make mistakes. So I'm just going to look straight ahead into the camera, so if this is your mirror, and I'm just going to take that inner corner. Once I'm happy with that, I'm going to go ahead and create my line for my liner. So I like to take it in between like the eye, so you can kind of angle it up to like the end of your eyebrow if you like more of an angled up liner, but I like mine to be a little bit more long and elongated, and I just take a little line outwards. I'm now going to connect that liner and bring it back onto the lid. And then I'm just going to fill in that gap. You can make that liner as thin and thick or as long as you want. It's just up to yourself. I'm now going to take a little bit of Durline on a flat brush and just clean up the end of my liner. I'm going to take that end and drag it out. Now I'm going to take 05 cream coat pencil. So this will just help to open up the eyes. And I'm just applying this in the waterline. Just applying our waterproof mascara. So I'm just going to apply this to the bottom lashes. And just being careful where I apply it, because I don't want it to transfer to my eyeshadow, because I have like no bottom lashes. And I'm just going to apply this to the top as well. So I'd always kind of go for a waterproof mascara, as you're going to be quite emotional on the day. I'm now moving on and applying a lash. So you can opt for individual eyelashes if you like a little bit more of a natural look, or you can go for the strip. So I like a strip lash, so I'm going to go in with the 95 ends, and I'm just going to apply some latex free gel glue to the band. I'm going to apply it on the center first, and then I'm just going to do my corners. So I'm just going to do the outer corner and then my inner corner. I didn't want them to be too long where they're touching my eyebrow, but I do like a little bit of fullness and a little bit of length. So I went ahead and done the other eye off camera, and I'm just going to move on to lips now. So I am going to go with more of a nude lip, because that's what I like myself. But you could pair it with a red lip if you want to go that classic kind of wedding glam makeup. So I'm going to go in with 63 lip liner, which is like a pinky brown nude. And I'm just going to line my lips normally. And I'm actually going to go in with one of the lipsticks from the Terry McAvoy collection. So these are really nice nude lipsticks. One's is a little bit more peachy and one's a little bit more pink. This is them there. So these are a satin finish, so they aren't going to be too dry on the lips, but also not too glossy. So if you have your hair down and you're outside getting pictures, it's not going to stick to your gloss. Nothing worse. So I'm going to go in with 332. So this is the finished look inspired by Jamie Genevieve. This is actually something that I'd like for my special day. You could want to go with a red lip, a little bit more of a smoky eye, no liner. It's just totally up to yourself. I hope you enjoyed the video. We have plenty of more videos, so don't forget to subscribe to Inglot's YouTube channel. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like down below. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one.